The scent of death enters my nose. Your time with the cursed creatures has marked you. Let's hope not permanently. While you hunted, my studies proved fruitful. Do you have the blood and skin I require? They will complete my understanding. Yes, these will do nicely. Fresh, intact, thrumming with magic. This shall make the ritual easy. They have an icy burn to the touch. Hope they weren't too much trouble. Perhaps those walking corpses willingly gave up their skin? Many things. Is this a spell or a curse? Where does it get its power? Magic holds unique patterns, like footprints in the snow. If it's known to me, perhaps you can track the source. But first, I must extract this knowledge. Good. I won't be but a moment. Just as I feared. Come, listen to a tale. The ritual bears out my fears. I recognize the curse corrupting life around Morthal. Years ago, a death mage named Maxton killed a group of town guards at Kienstag Ruins. The same magic she used then now animates these undead. All I know are whispers. They say Maxton kidnapped Freywin and forced her into the ruins. Naturally, the Jarl dispatched the guards to rescue his daughter. But just as they arrived, a tempest of ice arose that froze the soldiers where they stood. Vanished, until now, it seems, though the link between Freywin's ghost and this curse still remains unclear. To find a cure, I need Maxton's original spell. Go east to the ruins. Retrieve anything that could reveal the nature of her work. Good. Meet me in Morthal with what you find. I wish to examine the wounds made by these undead. And take this rune. It bears an enchantment that will ward you from the curse's worst effects. At least, temporarily. As I said, she was a conjurer of death. From what I have seen, her magical understanding is incomplete. This curse is wild and sloppy. She approaches power like a babe crawling into a giant's camp. A shame that Freywin became caught in it. I never spoke with her, but rumors still sometimes drift into my camp. Maxton was a mystery in Morthal. Appeared late one evening to rent a bed at the tavern. No one saw her in the day except to bring food. At night, she left to wander the woods. Oh, a forest night stroll is not so odd for a mage. It's the best time to collect mushrooms. And dug-up bones hold the most power in the moonlight. But Maxton sought something in the woods. Perhaps she found it among the ruins. This I don't know. Let us hope that whatever you find in the Kienstag ruins reveals what she wanted with the young woman. Interesting. Even as a child, Freywin wandered outside Morthal to visit her people. She would come to my hut without fear. I would prepare her rabbit stew as we discussed her life. She told me once that Hovel's farm brought her great joy. An excellent question. So many of the answers elude me for now. With any luck, you will know more once we meet again. A simple stone imbued with the warmth of life. After the events at Kienstag Ruins, I explored new paths of magic for counteracting necromancy. One such trial led to the rune you hold. It should protect you from the worst of the curse's effects. Do you doubt my ability? My practice of magic extends back to when I first heard Shore's whispers as a child. Have faith when I say the rune will protect you. And if it doesn't, well then, I'll visit your frozen statue. A shame, but no. We require something much more powerful to undo magic this strong. Energy directly connected to the curse's origins. The rabbit blood from which I drew the magicka to charge that rune will not suffice.
You sure about this, my love? What if something goes wrong?
Absolutely. I've researched this ritual for years. I just need your help.
Leave these ruins. Explain why you're following me.
Who are you? And why do you pursue me? First at Havel's farm, and now you emerge unscathed from these accursed ruins. If Maxton sent you to bring me back to her, I won't go. Everyone should just stay away before I kill them as well. No, I still live. For now. The curse I carry will kill me soon enough. I only hope to die close to home. I didn't want to destroy any more lives, or watch memories from my life resurrected to taunt me. Its power grows as it feeds off my life energy. The curse ends once I am gone. I only wish I could say goodbye to my parents. I know it is not my place to ask favors, but could you bring my mother a message? Tell her I'm sorry for everything. Thank you, stranger. Please bring her this locket so she knows the message is from me. Tell Mother not to worry. There's a place I love nearby where I can watch the good people of Morthal live their lives. I can be happy there in my final moments. This was not what she planned. Maxton believed she could improve her magical ability by communing with the powerful spirits that inhabit Gjenstag ruins. She asked my help with performing a summoning ritual, but it went horribly wrong. Maxton misjudged the ritual's difficulty. As she struggled, ice grew over the walls, and winds blew wildly. She almost gained control, but suddenly Thane Alstrom and his guards stormed the ruins. Maxton's focus slipped, and the ritual exploded. It shames me to admit, but yes, all those soldiers, my friends and neighbors, dead because of my actions. And now my return home killed even more people. Being near the end is a blessing. Oh yes, she was. I loved her dearly, and I truly believe Maxton loved me back. When she realized she'd accidentally cursed me, she swore to find a cure. But as time went on, growing her necromantic power became her only interest. Is that what they say? No. I willingly joined her ritual, which makes me just as guilty for all this death. Maybe I should have convinced her not to chase so much power. We might still be together then. This was not what she planned. Maxton believed.
Did you hear? They finally freed Fort Morvenskar from Fildgor Orcthane's troops.
Can you help him, witch?
The curse rots his flesh. I've done what I can, but it won't last.
I don't think Brune would still be alive without old Mjolen's help. She keeps knitting his wounds back together with her magic. Then minutes later they open again. Papa told me never to trust her, but maybe he was wrong.
Ah, you return. I welcome any good news. Keeping this man from death tests the limits of my skill. Before we speak, Lady Ninetha wants to see you. I told her of what you saw at the farm. This understandably distressed her.
Good, you're back. Old Mjolen told me of your discovery at the farm. She believes that Freywin's ghost somehow heralds this curse. I held out hope of her survival for years. Perhaps finally knowing her fate brings some relief despite it all. Still alive? I can't believe it. After all these years, Freywin finally comes home and you tell me she's dying? Why would she have you deliver this locket? I must see her. There is so much to say. Where is she? Take me to her. Is that by the water where the boats dock? Or perhaps her bedroom where she watched people from the window? The tree! Oh, Freywin, that old tree in the forest above Morthal. She would spend hours there. We must go now. But you survived? Oh, the clever woman protected you. Speak with old Mjolen, please. She knows so much more about magic than anyone in Morthal. There must be something that can cure my daughter. Thank you. I need a moment to process everything you told me. And hold on to the locket. I refuse to take it while there's still hope to keep Freywin alive.
So you found Freywin alive, did you? An unexpected but welcome turn of events. We may yet be able to save her. What did you bring me from the ruins? I must know more about the necromancer's plans. Let me see. Awful. The fantasies of a child. Playing with magic like this invites danger. The energies at the ruins surely overwhelmed her. But this shard... Tell me, did Freywind explain the visions of her ghost to you? Yes, this is what I needed to know. Maxton's ritual consumed the spirits in the ruins. She wished to gain power by absorbing their memories. Freywind's curse drains her life energy, then manifests it as her own memories. This is how we cure her. By flooding her with her own life force, we can burn out the curse. Give me her locket. Ah, yes. It hums with emotional power. Once attuned, you can absorb Freywind's memories into it. Fill it with her energy so we may rescue her from death. Good. Here is the locket. Ninetha mentioned 2 places Freywind enjoyed. The docks and her bedroom. You may find manifestations there. When you're done, meet me back here at the tavern. Then we'll proceed. Ah, well, you see, back in the... Actually, no. Perhaps that secret should fade into dust. These events show that those ruins best remain undisturbed.
You have a good time on the water?
Ah, yes. I loved exploring. I can't wait to do it again.
What do you want?
Wasn't this yours?
Yes, darling. And now it's yours. Keep it close to your heart.
Quickly, to me! Our time is short.
busy.
Your return may be too late. Lady Ninetha ran off to meet Freywin at the trees she described. She wanted to be with her before the end. If we don't act quickly, she will die. Were you successful in obtaining the memories? Then we can put an end to this tragedy. But we must act now. Go! Join them at the large tree overlooking Morthal to the east. I will meet you after I prepare. Bring it with you. As my ritual to cure Freywin culminates, you must hold the locket before you. Her life energy will rush into her, and the curse should break. I warn you, this may be painful for her, but it is necessary. When you arrive, wait for me. Do not let them do anything rash. I will not be long. Do this and Morthal will be rid of this curse forever. Now hurry!
Mother, you can't be here. It will kill you.
Freywin, I thought you died. I can't leave you, even if it kills me.
It's already killing you. Please, get away from me. Mother, no!
Ninetha? Oh no! We must act quickly. Use the necklace on my command.
Ah! It burns! Mother!
Hurry! Use the necklace! Release the energy within!
What's happening?
You did it. I can't believe it. You brought my Freywin back to me. Thank you. I have so many questions for her. And the Jarl, he still doesn't even know. We must... Please, give me a moment. I think so. I could feel my skin freeze over. For a brief moment, I thought the end was upon me. All I wanted was for Freywin to know she wasn't alone. I don't know, truly. Freywin's return will raise many questions in Morthal. The Jarl and I must discuss what to say, if we say anything at all about what happened here. I promised you payment at the beginning of this. Here, I am deeply grateful.
It is finished. You performed well. Better than any other I would have found in Morthal. This is more activity than I have grown used to. Perhaps I should find a replacement so old Mjolnir can finally rest. I believe so, yes. We may see lingering effects across the land, but the source has extinguished. When we flooded Freywin with our own life energy, the curse drowned. Curious that Maxton never considered such an approach.
My skin, it's no longer blue. And my heart, I can feel it beating again. By all the gods, I'm alive. Whatever you and Yolen cast on me, it broke the curse. I feel heat course through my veins for the first time in years.
I have my daughter back. How can I ever repay any of you? Please, if you are ever in Morthal again, come see me. There will always be a warm fire waiting for you. Freywin, are you all right?
Am I? Mother, I thought I'd killed you.
I would never leave you. It's over now.
Rest. Then we shall return to town. You two have much to discuss.
You're back! I'm so glad to see you. I hope it wasn't too dangerous. I feel like I should have gone with you, but I probably would have slowed you down. Oh, the rubbings! Did you get them? How exciting! I can't believe I get to examine these myself. Fieldwork is wonderful. Now, I just have to hope they confirm my theory. Well, the glyphs here are definitely Merethic era, with Nord inclusions that have... Sorry, I'll skip all that. These symbols resemble those on dragon cult tablets. I think they're charms that speed up the release of the dragons from their mounds. Well, something like that. It happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Now that I have these, there's one final mound to investigate. I have to physically go there this time. Would you still be willing to help me? I'm not sure I can do this alone. There's a dragon mound farther down the road, a big one. When I first entertained this theory, I made a warding spell, one that should seal whatever's inside permanently. It's difficult to cast, however. I need someone to watch my back. I wasn't sure about this last part. I needed the rubbings to know. Besides, if I said I needed you to maybe help me cast a spell to seal up a dead dragon, you'd think that was ridiculous. Everyone else does. Especially my mentors. Sure? No. But what if I'm right? I know it's all untested theory, but if the alternative is a dragon waking up, then I think I should try. I've seen all the reports of the slaughter in Elsewhere. It sounds horrible. It certainly happened in Elsewhere, didn't it? Everyone thought dragons were gone for good, and now the giant lizards are burning villages. Is that what happens if I do nothing? You were? Then you saw what they did. Is it so unlikely it could happen here? And I have so many questions to ask you, but later. Well, I've made it this far with no catastrophes. That has to count for something, right? Is the area safe? I'm so nervous. Oh, right, of course. You're the one who knows what to do. I brought my dagger in case there are giant bugs or something. I've never stabbed a giant bug before. Is it as icky as it sounds? Wonderful. So those tales about being dragged into caves and devoured by frostbite spiders are just stories to make children behave? Don't answer or you'll scare me out of doing this. Let's go. The mound is just past that hill. I need to get a feel for the energy there before I start. I don't want to accidentally turn you into a frog or something. That was supposed to be funny. Well, I've made it this far with no catastrophes. That has to count for something, right? Is the area safe? I'm so nervous. Lead on to the mound. I'm not sensing any strange energies. I don't know if that's good or bad. Are you ready to head inside? We need to go to the center of the mound. That's the best place for my spell. Here we go. Don't worry, everything's fine. I'm not panicking. There. It worked! At least I think it worked. No rumblings, no explosions, so that's promising. But that spell took a lot out of me. Could you help me out of here? Maybe as far as the road? Let's hurry. I don't want to linger here. Here we are, entirely uneaten. Oh, thank you for your help. I had no idea fieldwork was so invigorating. I can't wait to tell my peers at the Antiquarian Circle all about it. Oh, really? I'm very new, our latest member. I only joined recently. Anyway, this is wonderful. Imagine the coincidence of my asking you, a fellow member, for help out here. Well, not exactly. Gabrielle made her skepticism quite clear. Is she always that blunt? She told me I could gather information as long as I didn't get directly involved. But I wanted to prove myself to the Circle. I hope I'm not in trouble. No! I mean, I don't think so. I took the initiative to deal with something that could be a big threat. That counts for something, right? I have to explain my findings to Gabrielle, and I promise to pay you, so meet me at the Circle.
This better be important. Unless you want to pick up a rake, I don't have time to jaw at strangers. Well then, that changes it. I used to think that man had lost his senses. Then the pale man killed my bear. Now I understand. Before you ask, Bear was my hound. He mostly just slept and smelled bad, but he was all I had after my husband died. Because I saw it! Bear and I were tracking hawkers on the coast, over the mountain north of Solitude. When night fell, we made camp. Bear's yelp woke me. I expected to see a giant. Instead, I saw the pale man dragging away my poor dog. What do you think? I rushed into my tent and got my axe. When I came out, they were gone. Searched through the night, but the storm was thick as stew, and I can't track like Bear. That monster took my dog, my good dog. Bear deserved better. I've known soldiers and killers in my day, even been friends with a few. I don't know any I'd call evil, but that thing was evil. That thing killed my dog. Everybody told me I was crazy. Erulf is the first one who made sense. He used to post flyers around the area asking for stories about the Pale Man. We laughed them off back then, but no longer. After the monster took Bear, I sent Erulf a letter that said where to find me. I pray he gets that vicious creature.
You're back. Wasn't certain I'd see you again. Well, have you talked to Eifja and Hautred? Along the northern coast, you say? Yes, that might narrow it down. Here, follow me inside. Ever since it took my brother, I've tracked Pale Man sightings across Skyrim. See on this map? Yes, there and there. For years I have tracked the location of every Pale Man attack. Each one brought me closer to its lair. These last two confirm it. The Pale Man must be on the northern coast between Dragonbridge and Solitude. It won't escape me again. A decade ago, I tracked down a cave where the Pale Man brought its kills. For days I waited. Eventually, I left to replenish supplies. When I returned, I saw loose rocks and an empty crawl space. The damn thing had watched me the whole time. It only attacks the unsuspecting or vulnerable, and I was armed to the teeth. It's no mere beast. It's smart, cunning. But I have an idea on how we draw it out. Bait of an unusual variety. Would you be willing to help out? Gods, no! I'm not willing to lose the only helpful person I've met in a decade. I need you to collect the ingredients and bring them to me on the northern coast. Then we'll draw out the creature and avenge its victims. The Pale Man likes to take people, so we'll make one for it, using Draugr parts treated with alchemy. This is where you come in. There is a crypt nearby. Dead Man's Respite. Chop up enough Draugr parts for a body, then meet me on the northern coast. The alchemical mixture I plan to use is necrotic, for lack of a better term. It only reacts with dead flesh. If we doused a living person with it, they'd die. But not before their flesh melted and they screamed a whole lot first. It's nasty stuff. No one knows what makes those walking corpses move. But we do know they stop moving if you hack them up enough. We need intact, non-moving parts to make a body that will draw out the Pale Man. One Draugr won't do, but parts of dozens. That might. Well, no, it's just the closest place I know to find them. Any Draugr will do, and if you know somewhere else to hunt them, their parts will work as well as any other. Just be careful. Those walking corpses look slow, but they are strong and mean. After I failed to draw the Pale Man out 10 years ago, I talked to every hunter and reach witch who wouldn't slam the door in my face, or try to cook my eyeballs. The hunters suggested bait, but it was an old, clever woman who suggested the mixture. I don't know how it works exactly, only that it's something the Hag-Ravens created. Somehow the clever woman stole it away from them. When poured on dead flesh, it creates a scent that drives anyone who smells it mad with hunger. The thing eats, doesn't it? We know it's smart enough to move lairs, avoid people who can kill it, and use snowstorms as cover. I've tested the mixture myself. It was all I could do not to eat the dead flesh I poured it on. Still makes me nauseous. While you're out collecting the Draugr parts we need, I'll mix the potion, limp up to the coast, and find the lair. Once you have the Draugr parts, run along the northern coast between Dragonbridge and Solitude, and look for me. I'll be waiting. must be the Pale Man's cave. See the bones? Wolves don't make patterns like this. And I have seen this before. At its own lair. A location this remote is perfect to grab folks who are alone. Told you it was clever. Did you get the Draugr parts? You assemble them into a body that tempts the Pale Man. Take these sharp bones, jam them into the torso. Then stick the arms, legs, and head onto them. Gruesome work, but it should hold. Pour on the pungent mixture I've made, and you have your bait. Last time I found a crude table deep within its lair. There were remains with gnaw marks on them. I think that's where it eats. Search the lair for a similar table. Place the body on it, then pour on the mixture. And hold your breath. If this doesn't work, then come get me. I am not letting this thing escape again. It won't be killing any more people. If we have to, I'll be the bait. But I'd like to avoid that for as long as possible. Despite everything, I'd like to live. Was it in there? Were you able to kill it? What happened in there? Then it's over. Shaw's bones, it's over. After so many years, that thing is really dead. I don't know how I can thank you. I lost everything and was ready to give it all up. But now, finally, justice. I don't... Wait. That ring. It can't be. It's Drendek's signet ring. Our mother gave it to him shortly before our hunting trip, when the Pale Man took Drendek. I always felt she blamed me for losing it, and for my brother, but now... These must be from all the other victims. Trophies of the lives it snatched. That means it wasn't hunting for food. It was proud of what it had done. I need to return these to the families. Aifia and Hautgard. All of them deserve to know it's over. You've done more than enough for a broken old man. I'd like to see the faces of everyone when I tell them. It'll take a while with this limp, but I've got something to live for now. All I can offer you is this. Thank you. I'll search the lair for more trophies. Holding my brother's ring again feels like it validates him. His life. Everyone who lost someone should feel this closure. I'll send word to Aifia and Hautgard. If you ever come near the farm again, stop by. Ah, it's good to see you, my friend. Please, forgive the mess. The last thing on my mind these past 30 years has been farming, especially after my parents passed. I guess I'll have to fix the farm up now. I guess I no longer have excuses.
I'm not to be disturbed, unless those two decide to play nice with each other and join me.
Jarl Morin, Rigert has a new aide. We can talk with the Thanes now.
The talks aren't happening, Rigert. Those fools refuse to set aside their inane feud. Gods, I need a drink.
Let's talk, friend.